This is Azul. The theme of this game is that we are all mosaic creators or something. Like, I don't
some dumb art shit.
Some art shit where we're trying to make the most beautiful, most complete a mosaic of stuff here. So if I look up at my board, I'm trying to lay tiles in. Like, ideally, I want to fill the whole thing. That's not going to happen, but hopefully mine is the best. I don't know. Anyway, on your turn, there are these... the theme for me is very thin on this one. Sorry, but the game is very fun. These are factories that are manufacturing tiles that go on our mosaic walls. So the way that the game works, we rolled to see who was going to go first, and it's Paul. On your turn, you are going to choose either one of the factories or the center of the table. There's nothing to take from the center of the table yet, so you can't choose that on your first turn.
Okay.
But you'll choose one of the factories, you'll choose a color of tiles from that factory, and then you will take all of that color. So if you're going to choose this one, you're going to take all 3 of these blue tiles, and you're going to place them on your board. But anything that's left over goes to the center of the table.
So these are the factories.
Yes, these tiles.
All of them are 8 factories.
In the game.
And then these tiles are the ones that they're making, and they happen to be just like the ones in their other competing factories?
Yeah.
Okay.
The tiles that you've claimed you're going to place all in a single row on the left side of your board here.
Row up and down.
Row.
Row across.
Yes. Row, not column.
Okay.
So single row.
Single row.
That would be a great play right there. If you fill the row, you're going to be able to move one of these tiles at the end of the round to its corresponding space on your wall at the end of the round.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in a second. If there's already a tile of that color in that row, you cannot place that color on that row. So if I've already placed something here, I can't do blue in this row again, ever, for the rest of the game. I'd have to put them there or somewhere else.
But you can move them.
No, I'm saying, like, let's say on my turn, my board looks like this, and I've got 2 blue tiles. I can't place them here because I've already got a blue in this row.
Okay. So if you place the 3 there, then those 2 tiles are there the whole time, and they just are stuck in that row?
No. I'll talk about that in a second.
Got it.
Let's say that that's what my board looks like. I can't place blue tiles there. I could place them in any other row that I wanted to. If I have too many tiles for what's left in that row to fill, any left over go to my floor row down here. These are worth negative points at the end of the round, so you want to avoid that as much as possible. Mm-hmm. You can only place tiles of one color in a row at a time. Mm. So if I've got a blue tile there, I cannot put any other color in that row.
Okay.
Until that row is empty again, which we'll talk about in a second.
Got it.
And so that's what you'll do on your turn, is pick up tiles and place them in a row here. The idea is to try and fill these rows by the end of the round.
Okay.
And I'll talk about why in just a second.
Can you only fill one row in at a time? Like if I grab these 3, could I do multiple?
So when you are placing on your turn, you cannot place tiles in 2 rows at once. You have to choose one row to place all of the tiles for that turn.
Okay. But if you had, like, these 2 black here, and then I got these 2 blue, I could then put these here. Like, I could leave this...
Yeah, you don't have to finish a row before you place other tiles.
Right.
But
that
you can only place in
turn.
one row on the same turn. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
If you are the first person to take tiles from the floor, say somebody took that black one, and these 3 blues fell to the floor... Somebody else could say, those 3 blues look real good, I'm going to take them. If you're the first person to take stuff out of the middle, you also take this. That'll mean you are first player next round, but this tile goes to your floor row.
Ooh.
So there's a cost associated with being first.
Do you always take everything out of the middle when you take out of the middle?
Just everything of the color that you're taking.
Okay, cool. So just like at the factory.
Yeah, just like at the factories, you're going to take all of one color.
Okay.
When you claim stuff. At the end, a round is over when all of the tiles are taken.
Okay.
When all the tiles are gone, we end the round. Then we're going to look at our boards, and any row that is completed, you're going to move the rightmost tile into its spot on your wall and discard the rest back into the bag.
Okay.
So, if, for example, at the end of the round I had that, I would, not till the end of the round, but at the end of the round, I'd move that over for scoring. These would go back into the bag.
Okay.
And they all have to be the same type of
They
tile
all have to be the same color.
to fill up this row.
Yes, every row, you can only put one color at a time.
Got it. Okay, cool.
If you don't have a full row, those tiles just stay there. So you'll still be working on the same color for that row next round.
I see.
Okay. Okay.
Now, scoring. This is the important part. Because you're going to score points based on the tile that you're placing and adjacent tiles in a straight line. So, end of the round comes, I move this over, I'm going to score 1 point for that tile. I move this over, I'm going to score 2 points, 1, 2, because that's adjacent to that. So that'd be a total of 3 points for the round. If I've then got 3 blues here, that's going to be worth 3 points. If there's already a white here, when I move a blue over into this spot, that's now worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points when I place it.
It seems like the most ineffective way to tile a floor.
Right?
Yeah.
A
Okay.
wall.
Damn.
But if you had a red one on that row, it would just be worth 1 point.
The red one would not affect the value of the blue when I place it because it's not connected.
So it'd just be 1 point. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Got it.
We will know, like, the point totals will be apparent to everybody because we're tracking it all on our board.
Right.
At the end of the round, you're going to score points from top to bottom. Mm-hmm. So you'll move tiles from the first row over, score points for those. Move tiles from the second row over, score points for those. All the way down to the floor, where you're then going to lose points for any tiles that are here. Which the more tiles are here, the worse that is for you.
Right.
And I believe if you fill this, the extras just get discarded. It's pretty rare that that'll happen. You're also going to score bonus points at the end of the game. There's a little key down at the bottom right here. You're going to get 7 extra points for each full column that you can get. Mm-hmm. That's tough to do, especially in a 4-player game. Probably not super likely to get more than 1, maybe 2 columns by the end of the game. And even bigger bonus points, 10 points for getting all of a color, an entire set of one color. So you get all 5 black tiles on the board. That's worth 10 extra points at the end of the game.
Okay.
Those are huge bonus points that you really want to try and go for. Again, in a 4-player game, tough to do. You're probably not going to get more than 1 full set, most likely. The game will end at the end of the round in which at least one player has finished a row of. So if you've got 5, most likely it's going to be one of the top 2 rows that triggers the end game.
Okay.
Dang. Okay.
And each completed row that you get at the end of the game is worth an additional 2 points.
Chump change.
Yeah, it's not a lot, but triggering the end of the game before somebody else can catch up to you is a big strategy. Or not triggering the end of the game because you're not in first place is also a good strategy. Mm-hmm. I think that's everything. Does anybody have any other questions?
Let's see how it goes.